Hello, this is Feminine Features. The main purpose of this show is to discuss chick flicks. I'm Anne Sully Sullivan.
I'm Jenna Morrissey.
And I'm Windsor Jewell.
And this week we saw Mean Girls, the 2024 musical version.
Yep.
In order for you to watch and enjoy, in order to enjoy and understand this podcast, we recommend that you watch before listening. But if you haven't, here's Jenna with some background and a brief synopsis.
Mean Girls. You guys heard of it?
I've heard of it.
Everyone should have heard of it because it was the first episode of this podcast ever.
It's true. The 2004 one was.
The 2004 one was.
Our most popular episode.
Yeah,
well,
so true. So all of you have heard it.
We're going back to the well.
Yeah.
Obviously. We're double dipping with the remake.
Yeah.
But with me this time.
But with Jenna. And also because I listened to that episode today and it was kind of bad.
Really? I don't think I've listened to it since it came out. All those years ago.
It sounds worse than it did then.
Oh boy. Yeah, it sure does. Yeah, it's staticky to say the least.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But we're doing this one. We're bringing it back full circle because I will be moving out of New York very shortly. And so, you okay, Jenna?
Any day.
Any day now. 26 days away.
But who's counting?
But who's counting? We thought this would be a great way to bring us back to our origins and get back what chick flicks really mean, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regina George and the like.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's all about Regina George. So this is Mean Girls, the 2024 Paramount Pictures film that is in fact just called Mean Girls.
Yes.
It is not Mean Girls: the musical or anything like that.
And it is certainly not Mean Girls: the musical: the movie.
No, it is not. And famously during the promotion of this movie, a lot of the ads, it was not made clear that this was a musical.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were doing that.
Well,
yeah, and that was a big topic of conversation around the movie.
The songs all feel really tangential.
Yes.
So it's almost not shocking that they could have accidentally just cut the trailer together of all the most important versions of the movie and none of them involved a song.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're cutting a trailer. You don't want it to be too plot point heavy and
That's also
But it's also Mean Girls. Everyone knows Mean Girls.
And it's definitely
you would
this
think
movie.
that, but some people were actually born after 2004, if you can believe.
And I can't.
I can't. So this movie was directed by Samantha Jane and Arturo Perez Jr. with the screenplay by Tina Fey and music by her husband, Jeff Richmond.
Oh.
I didn't know that was her husband until I read it on Wikipedia earlier today. You learn something new every day. So this movie is based off of the 2018 Broadway musical adaptation of the 2004 film, which in itself was inspired by the 2002 self-help book Queen Bees and Wannabes by Rosalind Wiseman. So a lot of hoops to jump through to get us here.
One of the most complicated and successful self-help book franchises.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now that we're doing this movie, we've covered almost the entire Mean Girls franchise, except Mean Girls 2, of course.
Yeah.
Famously horrible sequel.
Yeah, which I've never seen.
And you can keep it that way. It's not worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this movie stars Angourie Rice as Katie Heron. She is, I recognize her most from the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
Oh yeah, she's Lily Allen.
Yeah. She's one of the school news kids.
That's why I was I feel like I like her.
Yeah.
It's because I like the surrounding cast in those movies.
Then we have none other than Renee Rapp as Regina George, reprising her role from Broadway. She was not in the original Broadway cast. I believe she was the first replacement, fresh off of the Jimmy Awards.
Yep.
So she was playing Regina at 18, 19.
Wow.
Crazy stuff. Next up, we have Ali Carvalho as Janice Amiki. They changed Janice's last name in this from Janice Ian. And Ali is Moana. So we've got at least 2 singers in this cast.
Yes.
And I wouldn't hold out your breath for too many more.
Well, Jaquel Spivey as Damian Hubbard. He does a pretty good job.
One of my favorites, and unfortunately, due to the selection of using of the prior two singers we just named in the cast, carries a large chunk of this movie musically.
He does.
And acting-wise, one of the most interesting performances, in my opinion.
I absolutely agree. He is probably my favorite character in this version of the movie. All of like his additions to the film, great, perfect.
And there's so many bad adapting characters in this movie that's good to see right out front a good one.
Yes, exactly.
I would go MVP for this particular cast.
Yeah, he a lot of Damien's like singing lines in this weren't originally his in the stage show. And they kind of cut his two big songs from this movie that were in the stage show. So I'm glad they kind of made up for it otherwise. So next up we have Avantika as Karen Shetty, the dumb one. Avantika was also just in Pretty Lethal with Maddie Ziegler. Shout out.
Soft recommend.
Yeah, you were like going back and forth.
If you like Uma Thurman.
She does
kind of fun.
Okay in that. Yeah. Next up, we have BB Wood as Gretchen Wieners. Then we have Christopher Briney as Aaron Samuels, who does not sing. They cut all of his singing stuff for the movie, so he didn't have to.
Makes the characters seem even less important than in the movie Mean Girls.
So true.
2004.
And he is one of the guys from The Summer I Turned Pretty, which is something I've never watched. He was also just in the most recent season of Hacks and was way hotter in that than this movie. Sorry.
Kids, it gets better.
Next up, we have Jenna Fisher as Ms. Heron. I think Jenna Fisher as Angourie Rice's mom was good casting.
It was.
Crazy.
They look really alike.
Just kind of assumed her name was Angourie Fisher.
Yeah.
They look quite alike.
They look a lot alike. But no Mr. Heron in this one. Single mom this time around. Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Next up, we have Busy Phillips as Mrs. George.
Yeah.
Great work. Great casting. Also, great casting as Renee Rapp's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have Tina Fey reprising her role as Miss Norbury, the math teacher, and Tim Meadows reprising his role as the principal, Mr. Duvall. However, in this version of the story, they're married.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just like a little throwaway bit, but I thought it was sweet.
Yeah. Well, it was nice to have her not be a bitter divorcee, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was struck by how unfunny it was.
It was unfunny. It was just like, oh, so they changed that.
I was
cool, I guess.
It felt kind of SNL fanficky.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I got to give it a little bit of respect.
I respect it. I mean, hey, I'm a sucker. I like Tim Meadows. I like Tina Fey. What am I going to not like that?
Yeah.
But I'm just like, it reminds you how this is not a jokes per minute movie.
Yes.
It's inspiration.
Yes, absolutely. That's a big thing I have with this. Then next up we have John Hamm as Coach Carr. Woo.
Humana.
Then we have Ashley Park as Madam Park. She's the French teacher, and she was the Gretchen in the original Broadway cast.
Oh, okay.
And she's in Emily en Paris. So I think that's why she's doing the French teacher bit.
French teacher.
So it's all referential with her. And then the last person I have listed here is Lindsay Lohan herself as the Mathletes competition MC.
Woo!
Fun little cameo from her there. And I don't have these listed, but I know we'll talk about it throughout the film. We see many people on screen through TikTok.
Yeah.
Some of those people include Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Nia from Dance Moms.
Oh.
Chris Olsen. And Jazzy, that girl who has a like TLC show about being transgender.
Oh.
And those are the 4 I can name, but there are definitely more.
Yeah. Well, they certainly were in there.
They were certainly in there.
And never mind. We'll get into it.
We'll get into it. So for the summary, I very much wrote this assuming that everyone is just familiar with the original Mean Girls. And I also don't mention every song that they sing. I was trying to, and then I'd miss some, and then I'd like think I know what it was, but it was actually just from the stage show. And I was just like, okay, so I'm just not going to name all of them. So to start us off, Janice and Damien open the film with the song A Cautionary Tale, as they're supposed to serve as our narrators this time around instead of Katie. They only remember sometimes in the film that they are the narrators, so that won't come up much.
Yeah, no.
So we then jump to see Katie and her single mom in Kenya, not just the general continent of Africa this time around. We have named a country, folks.
And they're very specific about it.
And they're very specific about it. She is in Kenya. And they decide to move to the U.S. so Katie can attend high school as a junior. She's been homeschooled her whole life. So she sings a song called What Ifs that is not in the stage show and is worse than the stage show's opening number.
And frankly, doesn't make any sense because that's not really it's not really the theme or the plot.
No, it doesn't come up again.
It's just like not what's going on in the movie.
It's like if you're like, I'm making a musical and I want to write a song to start it.
Mm-hmm. And it's like the guys who wrote the music for this already wrote an opening number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was on Broadway for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did pretty well.
So at school, she meets Janice and Damien, who she sits with at lunch, but she ends up talking to Queen Bee Regina George, who invites her to sit with her, Gretchen, and Karen the next day. Janice uses this as an opportunity to infiltrate the plastics. So Katie develops a crush on a senior named Aaron Samuels and sings the absolute worst possible rendition of an already not great song called Stupid with Love, which before we hit record, we were just singing.
You were just singing?
No, you were singing with me. Thank you very much.
I'm pretty sure I was doing vocal warm-ups.
So she quickly learns that Regina and Aaron used to date when she goes to her house after school. And this is when the burn book is introduced. It's a scrapbook filled with mean things that the plastics have written about their classmates. And then back in math class, Katie has started to act dumb to win over Aaron's attention, and it works. And he invites her to his Halloween party. And at this Halloween party, Regina finds out that Katie likes Aaron from Gretchen, and she tells her that she'll go talk to him about it. But then Regina sings Someone Gets Hurt, but without all of the super cool and amazing riffs that they have in the stage show, and they end up making out. So Katie runs to go see Janice and Damien, who finally tell her the story of the beef between Regina and Janice. And he says, and I quote, "Like all history, this is emotionally layered and culturally dense." And I thought that was beautiful.
That's a pretty good
like
line.
That's a great opening to spilling the tea.
He's got some of the best material in the movie by a mile.
Like so fucking good. So good. So I do have a whole paragraph here about the backstory between them.
Mm-hmm.
So in middle school, Janice and Regina were best friends, and Janice gave Regina a BFF Beanie Boo for her birthday. Not a Beanie Baby. They're the Beanie Babies with the big ass eyes.
Oh.
Yes.
I thought they were My Little Pony-esque. Am I crazy?
No, they were. That was a Beanie Boo.
Okay. Oh, this is a real extant thing.
Yeah.
It is a real thing in real
apologies.
life. Yeah. I remember my campers loved them. So Janice put a pride pin on hers to come out to Regina, and then Regina put a pride pin on hers out of allyship. Ally. And a few months later at a party, a bunch of them were playing Spin the Bottle with a guy Regina liked. And when Regina's spin landed on Janice, she put on a little show and said that she knew that Janice would let her do that because she's like obsessed with her. So then they get into a big fight, and Regina starts bringing the plushie to school, and she called it Sissy Liz, which is short for obsessed lesbian, and had everyone in their class say hi to it behind her back every day. And when Janice found out in science class, she took her Bunsen burner and lit the plushie on fire, and Regina's backpack also caught on fire, and Janice was suspended for the rest of the year, and now everyone calls her a Pyro-Les.
Kind of a cool nickname.
Kind of a cool nickname.
Badass.
That is a fully different backstory than what they have in the original movie and also in the stage show.
Yeah.
And this one's very intricate and like kind of confusing, but I feel like that's very real to how real life is.
Emotionally layered and culturally dense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I loved that line. I thought it was perfect. So
it feels at times an explicitly gay film.
yeah.
Oh, we're getting it.
Okay, never mind.
Oh yeah. So we then jump into Revenge Party, another song where the three plan revenge against Regina. This is when Katie gives her the Caltine bars. In this version, they set off a sprinkler when Regina's accepting homecoming queen, but that just revives the wet look at their school. And finally, they send a candy cane gram from Regina to Katie in front of Gretchen, which is what makes her crack. And she confesses that Regina is cheating on Aaron with Shane Omen, and Katie tells Aaron. So then at the Winter Talent Show, which I don't have written here, but the first thing we see at the Winter Talent Show is Damien singing the theme song to iCarly in French.
The funniest joke in the movie.
Funniest joke in the movie. That was like, when I saw this in theaters, I walked out talking about that.
It was good.
I was like, that's genius. That was perfect. That was amazing.
Filmically engaging.
When I saw that, I said, they're trying to do so much with this film.
I loved that.
I think it was good. I guess it was just, I was just kind of like, what's going on?
I was like, another Damien W. Like,
I mean, I guess I would have liked it if this movie hadn't been trying to do so much already.
Yeah.
I was sort of just like, so we're going to get 30 seconds of this? Okay. All right.
I liked it because a lot of the movie is very referential to itself and its stage show. It like is so self-aware.
Yeah.
And that was like something entirely new and kind of out of left field.
Yeah.
Am I wrong though, or was it in black and white?
It was in black and white.
And what's the tone go? What
it utilized the 4:3 imagery of the film that is attempting to mimic vertical digital video in a way that also mimics the 4:3 classical film look of black and white foreign films. And it does this to subvert your expectations, and I feel that it lands the joke.
Okay.
Well, I feel like, you know, with Janice and Damien being
beautiful.
the narrators, you know, and they open the movie in vertical, filming a TikTok, singing a cautionary tale. It like, you know, it's got that fourth wall breaking type thing, but I feel like it never sticks the landing because like they could make this like a mockumentary in ways.
Yes.
You know, they could have made this like them putting on a musical about what happened or something. Like, I don't know. I don't like that one as much.
Instead, it just makes it feel like they're famous for some reason, or that like every high school has like a series of influencers at it going over the local drama.
Yeah. Why does Megan Thee Stallion care?
Yeah.
At one point, she's like, how do I get this off my algorithm? And I was like, what?
Listen, I don't have any high schoolers on my algorithm.
I would say our
No.
high schoolers, chime in the comments. Do you guys just post TikToks about what's going on in your school all the time?
You call people anymore? It feels like a really public way for the school to find out what's going on.
I'm like, that's what Finsta's for. Do you guys have Finsta anymore? What's going on?
I imagine they would.
Well, you can have friends only on TikTok, but then Megan Thee Stallion wouldn't see it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like they're just posting publicly about it. Whatever.
And it seems like the movie's trying not to think about it, which is the last thing you want a movie to be doing in front of you.
It's thinking about it and not correctly.
Yeah.
Which is why it doesn't stick the landing.
Right. It's like, you like this, right? This relate to you? You seen this before?
Right.
Before it's like, and this is a logical next plot point.
So at the Winter Talent Show, the Plastics perform not Jingle Bell Rock. They perform Rockin' Around the Pole.
Joke still hits, folks. Sorry to say it. Teenagers doing a sexy dance at the Christmas pageant. Still funny.
So funny.
Still funny.
But Regina falls face first during the acro tricks part of the routine, and she is absolutely torn to shreds on social media, as we were just discussing. Everyone gets on there and they're like, wow, it's so embarrassing that Regina George did this. And the rest of the Plastics don't let her sit with them at school because she showed up in sweatpants.
Yeah, she's fat
Famous
now.
quote, "These are all that fit me right now." Katie has become the new most popular girl in school. So then, just like the original movie, Katie skips out on Janice's art show and throws a party while her mom is out of town. She gets drunk and talks to Aaron, admitting that she lied about being bad at math to get closer to him. He says that she's just like Regina and leaves. And that's when she finds Damien and Janice outside, who confront her about lying, and they leave. And at the same time, Regina is at home on her treadmill eating Caltine bars when her mom tells her that Caltine bars are for gaining weight, not losing weight. And Regina then adds herself to the burn book and brings it to school. And we finally get to hear Renee rap belt 1 hour and 17 minutes into the film.
A waste of her talent.
It's a waste of her talent.
Truly unbelievable.
So all the junior girls are sent to the gym to talk through their differences. Janice gets up to give her apology, but instead confesses to everything her and Katie did to Regina. And she sings the song, I'd Rather Be Me, which ends with Regina getting hit by a bus. She lives. We all know Mean Girls. So Katie confesses that she wrote the line about Miss Norbury being a drug pusher, and she's suspended for 3 weeks. And when she returns, she joins the mathletes for extra credit and wins the championships with them. And she heads to the Spring Fling, where Regina forgives her, and she wins Spring Fling Queen. And she gives a whole speech about how everyone's great and blah, blah, blah. She breaks up the tiara. We've all seen Mean Girls, right?
Yeah.
So then Katie and Janice make up. Katie dances with Aaron and they kiss. And then Janice and Damien remember that they're narrating the movie, and they give us the moral of the film, which is...
Thank you for that.
And thank you for that. And it is, calling someone stupid won't make you any smarter, and even the people you really don't like are still people who just want to coexist, so get off their dicks.
So get off their dicks, which brings us to the theme.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Mm-hmm. That is, yes?
Yes. The theme is get off their dicks.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
That's what they said the theme
That is what they said the theme
They
is.
say get off their dicks. Yep.
That's it. That's how they end the musical, too. Like the stage show.
Well, it's such a clear statement that doesn't evoke any other imagery. It may, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, the theme is absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Of course.
Obviously.
Of course.
At least 2004.
Yeah.
Mean Girls.
Mm.
An excellent film. Clear on themes. This film.
It's so diluted from its
so
original.
Diluted.
Yeah.
But there were parts of this that I did like more. We'll get into it. But cautionary tale. They are the good song for setting up the theme. Too bad they don't remember that they were narrating the film. So then when they get it to the end,
hit by a bus. I love that line.
they say, "Would you resist temptation?"
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's good.
Yeah.
Like that is what Mean Girls is about. It's you have the opportunity to seize power. You take it. You do it for the better. That kind of thing.
And mean is easier than nice.
Ignorant party, entirely new to the system, would choose power and villainous abuse of it.
Yes.
In a vacuum.
Yes. Yeah. To me, I thought, maybe it's just Renee Rapp is so damn compelling.
I have to agree with you.
But in Meet the Plastics, when she says, "Fear me, love me," I found it quite convincing that, she was a powerful figure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As compared to the 2004 movie. However, we were just watching a YouTube video before this. And
about the stage show, not about the movie.
Stage show.
Shout out Sarah Zed.
And they were she was talking about how if this movie's a lot of assuming that we know Regina's mean. And Renee Rapp is selling it, and I'm buying it. But yeah, I mean, we could be a little bit more explicit in like her actual crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to watch the world burn. Pretty good.
If only we could hear her riff, like the beautiful riffs they have in the musical that I know she can do.
Yeah.
The problem with Renee's songs in this movie is that she sounds like Renee Rapp and not like Regina George.
Sure.
It sounds like her albums. It sounds like her music. It doesn't sound like the Broadway musical Mean Girls.
It's not my fault.
It's not my fault. I love the song that Renee Rapp and Megan Thee Stallion made for this movie, though.
Yeah.
I really do like that song.
It
plays over the credits.
It's great. Yeah. But yeah, I think there's the line when Katie wins prom queen. She says, "I think people voted for me because they think I pushed someone in front of a bus."
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was a good line, just because we are talking about like everyone at the school is kind of upholding this power structure.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone is kind of like, I have to hold on to my location in like this power pyramid. I don't know. Because I don't want to fall further.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? So it is like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for Katie because she's the new it girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying into this system.
She has won power via combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the song Apex Predator. Specifically, do not think you'd be protected by your new exotic pet. Not a chance if she suspected you were any kind of reproductive threat.
And in the stage show, it's Katie who sings that line about like herself instead of Damien about her.
Oh.
And they do it at the mall. Like they do the whole mall scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does work in this movie pretty well.
Yeah. And I just think that it is like, that is a very interesting way to put why girls are mean to each other. And when we talked about Mean Girls 2004 on this podcast, we talked about like why, you know, girls kind of have this combative relationship because of boys and because of the patriarchy and the way that we view women and the way we sexualize women. So I think putting it like very explicitly as a reproductive threat is kind of an awesome way of putting it.
It is funny. And I do like Apex Predator as a song because it really leans into the stuff from the first movie about like them acting like animals or whatever. Like, oh, this is just like, you know, back home or whatever. And the musical really leans into that a lot. And in this adaptation of the musical, this is it. They only do Apex Predator. But like throughout the original musical, like they like, I think I talked about this in The Women a couple weeks ago. They just like, something happens and they're like,
yeah.
And it's like, what?
They did have kids sniffing each other's butts.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
And what's that about?
They didn't have anyone hump
director-
Regina George's leg, which I appreciated. They kept that line, but they didn't do it in the choreo.
That's so true. But still, the director said, you three, come over here and sniff each other's butts. That's what you're going to be doing for this scene. On camera. Blockbuster. Globally.
I wouldn't call this a global blockbuster.
Blockbuster's a big word.
Well, you know, maybe when they were directing it, they had big plans.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this movie, to me, Erin was much more of a catalyst. It really did seem to be the reason she was doing everything was to get Erin.
Yeah. Yes.
Whereas like in the 2004 movie, you know, the whole scene we're hearing Katie's voiceover, very helpful for understanding what's going on. And like, yeah, the catalyst is Regina kissing Erin.
Yeah.
But it is like her voiceover is like that bitch.
Yeah, it's about Regina.
Yeah. And it is about her like she's such a good friend, gets kissed, and then she's like, that bitch. And it's like, yeah, it is more about the betrayal. Where this, it's like, we don't ever really get to see Regina and Katie like have any sort of friendship, really.
Yeah.
So it's like the betrayal really isn't there. It does really seem to be all about Erin. And like, that's kind of the criticism that a lot of people had of the first movie, which is like, oh, this is all over a boy. And it's like, they didn't fix that in this one.
Yeah.
They kind of made it worse.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, also, you know, we talked a lot in the first one about how it's like tabula rasa or like a Frankenstein, a Pygmalion, you know, this like
Tale as old as time.
Tale as old as time, you know, remaking yourself, or like this makeover that other people give you. And like how being transformed is kind of your own choice.
Yeah.
And I think the first movie did so much better of a job of doing this, because Katie's so passive in this.
Yes.
Katie's so passive in this, and also the costuming is not as good.
The costume is fucking bad.
The costumes are bad. I'm sorry. Why is Regina George wearing cargo pants?
I know
From Sheen.
Hey, I know it's Gen Z.
I know it's
or
Gen
whatever.
Z. I know Renee Rapp is gay. Why is Regina George dressed like that?
Regina George is gay. We all know
she
this.
is too, but she doesn't know that yet.
But she doesn't know that yet.
Katie Heron's also gay.
Katie Heron also gay. I'll take that.
Sure.
Hetero allyship.
I think what's her name, Karen?
Yeah.
Is explicitly bisexual in the film.
Oh, she slept with 11 people.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's actual text.
Well,
Anyway, queer movie to me is all I'm saying.
it is, yeah. And in this movie, Janice is explicitly
A lesbian.
gay. Yeah.
Am I wrong though? Oh yeah. At the end of this movie, they're like, Karen learned about making out and not having sex.
Oh, she learned about the freedom of dancing with the theater boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, now that's some bisexual ass energy.
Because
I
they're
know.
lifting
Bye
her.
for bye.
Bye for bye.
Bye for bye.
Mhm.
Best kind.
Okay. Okay, but yes. Yeah. Katie's just such a fucking nothing in this. Like, so doesn't make any active choices. And she can't sing.
Can't sing.
And why cast someone in a musical who can't sing?
It's a bizarre
as
choice.
the lead.
Yeah.
And we have to change what every song used to sound like in order to accommodate this.
It feels like the studio more wanted an excuse to make another Mean Girls and knew it would get a far better traction in adapting the musical. And so was almost dragging its feet through a lot of the musical adapting parts.
Yeah.
Like they probably didn't get a lot of support
Yeah.
around those segments of the film.
Sure.
I did find it interesting that only Jeff Richmond was credited for the music on this movie when it's Jeff Richmond and Nell Benjamin for the stage show. And Nell Benjamin, I believe, also did both Heathers and Legally Blonde, like the Broadway adaptations. So like he knows how to adapt movies to musicals, but I think it's maybe the readapting is so difficult.
But
Yeah.
why is it?
But why?
Why is it?
Like there was so many. I have so much to say about the music in this.
Yeah.
Like why did we make so many changes? People can't sing, so they had to take stuff down or just cut it entirely. Aaron didn't sing at all. I wanted to hear Busy Phillips sing the reprise of What's Wrong With Me, Gretchen's song. And
Sure.
we didn't get it.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, there are major sequences of the movie fully without a song.
Yeah.
Yes, and that have songs in the stage show.
Yeah.
That we're just skipping. Even like the house party at Katie's house. That has a whole super fun song from Kevin, the mathlete. He like does a whole rap song.
That's
and it's
another-
really fun.
I bet.
That's another bit that still just works. Kevin G's a genius character from the first movie.
Yeah.
Kevin G. Great song.
Some shit you just can't
Oh, you suck at him seizing another
put on
me.
me.
Yeah, they didn't change it for this, did they?
No.
I think I wrote that down.
Maybe they didn't.
Yeah, Kevin G basically the same as the original immediately after Damien singing the iCarly theme song in French was like my favorite 2 minutes of the film.
Exactly. That's the best part of the movie is watching just one fine new joke and one great joke from the movie Mean Girls 2004 back to back.
Yep.
But yeah, Katie bland makes no active choices.
Mhm.
And in the 2004 Mean Girls, we have this excellent line: "You're not pretending to be plastic, you are one."
Mhm.
In this movie, we get "You're a clone of Regina." Okay, it's not about being a clone of Regina. It's about the hierarchy.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what I think is important.
Janice has lines to Katie. It's like the beginning of her song. She goes, "You had me pretend to be plastic." And Janice says, "Buddy, it's not pretend. You are as plastic as they come."
Yeah.
But that's like it on that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's with without Katie's voiceover, she's just like not the main character.
No.
Like we're following her, but I'm like, I kind of want to see what Renee Rapp is up to.
Well, according to the marketing, Renee Rapp is the main character of this movie.
You're so right. I mean, like in yeah.
She's when you put this on Paramount Plus, it's Renee Rapp's face.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It certainly
on their big Avengers style, face poster. She's the biggest face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Katie isn't the main character, and so it like becomes much less about toppling a regime and like, kind of getting into the weeds of popularity and like why we care about popularity and standing up to the popular kid.
What's intoxicating simply about the status.
Yeah. And instead this becomes a movie about revenge.
Yeah, a revenge party. A party that ends with somebody's head on a spike.
Yeah. And I'm just like, that's not supposed to be the takeaway.
Stop being mean is like a more simplistic takeaway than the one from the movie Mean Girls 2004.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not don't be mean. It is if you find yourself in a powerful situation, you are becoming the villain.
Right.
Like you have to be, it's not don't be mean. It's like you actually have power and you have to be careful with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We have this line from Regina. She said, "This is performance. This is all self-defense." And I'm like, oh, wow, this is going to get interesting. No, that's all we get. But good line.
I hate to keep just comparing this to the Broadway show, but that is what this is a direct adaptation of. And there's a line towards the end of the stage show when they're at Spring Fling and they're like talking in the bathroom, just Katie and Regina. And Regina says something along the lines of like, the first thing, I remember after the bus crash is opening my eyes and Gretchen and my mom standing there, just like mouths agape, like they couldn't believe that I could be bleeding. Like they forgot I was human and that I've been human the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is such a great addition to the story. And the fact that it didn't even make it into this, it's just her being like, well, I like everyone when I'm on these pain meds. Is like nothing.
Yeah.
It's giving us nothing.
Yeah, that's what I have on themes. They gave us the moral, which Jenna told us.
Don't be, or get off their dicks.
Get off their dicks.
Okay, but
apparently.
isn't like, if you are being accused of dick riding as an activity, isn't it caring too much?
I sure hope not.
And you would never be. Isn't it like being obsessed with or really liking somebody or being around them, imitating? So getting off of somebody's dick, isn't that liking them less, being less involved with them?
Well, that makes sense with the whole like social media aspect of this, I guess.
Right. Like
Sure.
it is the lesson to ignore people more?
Yeah, kind of like mind your business in a
like
way.
mind your business.
Stop
Yeah, don't do
being
the burn book. But the burn
obsessive.
book isn't even that big of a part of this.
No.
And I mean, like, I guess with like social media, like that's kind of gonna be how it works out. But also it's like, hey, the burn book's kind of important, like just for the lore.
Yeah.
Well, they can't really insult anybody because they're like, kids are PC nowadays, which is so funny to watch just 2 years later.
Right.
I can't even say Grotsky biatch anymore.
Well,
It's
and they
fucking
changed it again from the stage show for Janice. They didn't call her a pyro-les in the musical.
They call her a dyke.
They called her a space dyke.
Space dyke.
Because the story in the musical, for the reason they stopped being friends, is more similar to the movie. Regina's having a pool party and she couldn't or didn't invite Janice and stood up in front of her, like in front of everyone, and was like, well, I can't invite you because I think you're a lesbian.
Right.
Well, are you? Are you a lesbian? Are you a lesbian? Are you a lesbian? And they're in middle school and Janice just like freaked out and screamed, I'm a space alien with 4 butts. So then they wrote Space Dyke on her locker.
Hashtag so random.
Hashtag so random.
Hashtag so random.
That's crazy.
That's literally it. That's the story. So that's why I wanted to get into the weeds of this one, because I was like, it's emotionally layered and culturally dense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like
hey,
a great...
coming out's hard, but it's
True.
but not as hard as saying you have 4 butts. You're just gonna have to believe me on this one.
Yeah, and then immediately after that, Janice goes, and it's not even true. I only have 1 butt.
You can't say anything nowadays. You can't even say that someone made out with a hot dog.
I know, what's up with that?
I can't say that.
You can't even accuse someone of hooking up with the gym coach.
Oh,
I know.
Let's get into that. Yeah, no. Well, in our first podcast, many years ago, we talked about how the burn book was helpful because Coach Gar got arrested, and then they just cut it out. They just act as like gossip is only harmful.
Yes.
Sometimes it gets fucking pedophiles arrested.
Hey.
Right, and this movie is not like teens have their own little world. This is like teens must have bumpers. Like there must be protection to keep the teens away from the evils of the world.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seemed less about like we are peering in to this extant vile underbelly of American suburbia. Mm-hmm. Instead, it's very, hey kids, don't be a bad guy.
Yeah. And Jenna Fisher has a line about like Katie says she wants to be homeschooled again the night before she goes back after her suspension. And Jenna Fisher's like, no, I think you're learning a lot there that I don't know how to teach.
Yeah.
Right. Social skills.
Which
is a more true explanation of what public school does for a homeschooled kid than the first movie.
Yeah, I guess. But that's not like, I don't know. I feel like that's not in line with what you said.
Yeah.
But I still agree with what you said.
Yeah. I mean, it is in some ways more earnest and current and modern, of course. But it's piecing it up is going to, I feel, be dated quite quickly.
It already feels like it is.
Yeah.
This came out 2 years ago.
In a way that feels nigh dishonest.
Yeah.
And like it's somehow just like erasing the interesting edges that would hook a person in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not to say that woke has gone too far.
Woke has gone too far. No, woke hasn't gone too far. I appreciate the lack of racism in this.
They took out most of it.
I love that.
And I think they were better about the fat phobia. There's the line where Busy Phillips says, don't worry, true beauty's in the face. And she's
funny.
right about that. And
funny.
she's correct about
It's
that.
very funny.
And I think Renee Rapp being a absolutely beautiful woman does wonders for fat phobia as well.
And she had some she talks about her experience in the Broadway show kind of negatively.
Sure.
Because when she took over the role, they changed some of the costumes they had for Regina. Regina in the Halloween scene was in like a bodysuit, and they gave her a skirt to like cover up. They like changed a lot of the stuff. So
damn,
I'm glad she did not have a similar experience on this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But you were saying before we recorded, or like we were all talking about just like how in the original movie it's like so clear Regina has an eating disorder.
Yeah.
And
this
it's
one
clear in this too, and it does like come up more, like I feel like they handle it slightly better.
Mm-hmm.
I would say so. I mean, she's certainly obsessive about her weight.
Yes.
In an unhealthy way, but it is not driven by, there's not so many comments at least.
Yeah.
The phone camera stuff, it's so like, please let us relate to Gen Z. It's so awful. Why would I go to a movie theater and watch a vertical video?
So
Answer me
true.
that. Answer me why I would pay money to do that.
Pandering.
Yes.
And it is visually disinteresting, much in the way that their use of the iCarly theme song segment was visually interesting within this framework, when they have the 9 different TikTokers and then
When
the one
it's-
big TikTok, and you're like, so this is so that we could say these people were in the movie Mean Girls and that they would advertise it. Now I have to watch it 2 years later, watching this zombie advertising in the middle of the movie in this unwatchable mosaic of people doing this shit that got told.
You
And
took
I'm like,
the words out of my fucking
is that
mouth.
Busy Phillips? You know,
Yeah.
and
You're like, oh great, it's Chris Olsen.
And you know what? In 5 years, nobody's gonna know who he is.
I'm gonna know who Megan Thee Stallion is.
I right
So
now
true.
don't know who anybody but Megan Thee Stallion is.
Yeah.
And I know that the segment was edited as if that were the case because that's how I viewed it.
Yeah.
It is edited that way, but it's also like, well, then why are we paying them?
They didn't pay anybody.
They didn't pay anybody.
I don't know. I don't
They didn't
know.
pay Chris Olsen.
I bet
Do you
they paid
think
Chris
they paid
Olsen.
Chris Olsen?
They might have. Same with like, I don't know, like Nia from Dance Moms was in it. She did like a couple posts about the movie, and I think she got to go to the premiere.
Yeah,
I
I
see.
don't. I think that it was kind of a trade thing.
And could have been.
I don't think that I would guess based on the rest of the money that was saved making this particular feature film that they found a way to not pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the TikTok thing worked for one specific part of the movie. And it was when Karen was singing Sexy when she was getting ready for the Halloween party.
Sure.
Because the song is like that. She like starts it, realizes that she messed up, and then walks off stage and restarts the song.
Realizes
So
she
her
should've-
like turning off the camera and
Yeah.
turning it back on to re-record it, I was like, it's like the song was written for this.
Yeah, that
That's
works.
very funny and that works.
Yeah.
And then the whole rest of the song was on TikTok, and I was like, okay, I don't like it anymore.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I think it's a way to tie in how gossip works now
Yeah.
and the changes
Mhm.
that have happened since 2004.
It's an opportunity, and instead it felt like a limitation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, though, I watched this 2 years ago for the first time. And 2 years later, I feel like I like it a little bit more because I don't know, I guess like all those things that I'm like, oh God, those are like at the time I'm like, oh my God, these phrases are like a year old. Now I'm like, oh my God, remember 2023?
Yeah.
And like, so it like, I don't know, it aged better, I guess, than I expected it to. But at the time I was like, this is trying so hard to relate to Gen Z. And it's just very cringe.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Yeah, when during the talent show when Damien says thank you next. What are we hey.
Thank you, next.
Well, it also felt just shoved in there.
Exactly.
Well, there's no pacing to any of like the best pacing is with the original.
Yeah.
jokes.
Mel Gibson says thank you next in What Women Want.
That's true. I totally forgot it was an Ariana Grande joke until you just said it. I thought it was just being funny.
No.
No.
No, it's an Ariana Grande joke. And I watched that music video.
And
Great.
you know, the music video references Mean Girls. So it's fucking eating itself.
Yeah. And then you know, referential sometimes is like a great way to look at things and dissect them more. And sometimes it's just like, I'm getting lost in here.
Exactly. The adaptation of an adaptation of an adaptation, like we're left with nothing.
Yeah.
But shitty fucking vocals on bad backing tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and any point beyond the original movie has been basically just a financial opportunity that got turned into something creative.
Yeah.
Which, although not a terrible thing to do, is like only going to create a worse copy of a worse copy of a worse copy if
Yeah.
you don't have some new lifeblood of the idea being pushed into it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then my final qualm with this movie is that Tim Meadows says we can't cancel prom because we already paid the DJ. And then there's a band that plays at the
Yeah.
end.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
What the fuck is that about?
That is so funny, and you're so right.
Yeah.
It's
And-
just because that's the line from the original movie.
Band's there for free.
Band's there for free. It's the students. It's the students. And they're singing a better version of Stupid with Love.
Yeah.
That's everything I have on themes. Anybody else want to go?
Sure.
You guys seen Mean Girls? It's like that, but worse.
It's like that, but worse.
What this movie means to me, there was a fourth wall break that I really didn't like, because
the apology scene.
Yeah, and what I think it exemplifies is this self-referentialness, this we're being modern, and just the lack of actual comedy to any of that.
Yeah.
Because it's this one character who says, I think, insert dancer's name here, was dragging in a prior song. Mm-hmm. And so that's a fourth wall break, right? Because we don't know that they're singing. And then they have like two subsequent lines where the guy's like, oh, man, why'd you have to say that? And then cut to Tina Fey, who says, what are they talking about? Mm-hmm. And it's like,
I hate the what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna break the fourth wall, just break it. Don't
like, it's one thing to pander, it's another to treat you like you're stupid. Mm-hmm. And like, why would I even find this joke funny if I needed it explained to me? If I was that stupid, I needed it pointed out to me, I wouldn't have laughed. I'd be like, why are you interrupting the movie with this?
Yeah.
You know, like, you have to focus on what you're. And I think it must be the fucking studio or whatever, because it's so a second screen movie type of thing. And I am so curious, especially around 2024.
Theatrical release.
Doesn't
feel like it.
No.
Does not feel like it.
No, and it's at this point where every single movie, they're like, okay, our main moneymaker is going to be streaming. We need to make sure that every line is said 3 times. Mm-hmm. And I am so curious about how directly and cripplingly studio mandates come down. But I suspect quite a bit. And I'm interested to see what they say about pacing and how many times. I'd love to see the rules, because they annoy the shit out of me. Especially when it's a joke I don't even particularly like. Mm-hmm. Everything's fourth wall breaking in this fucking movie. And it's just like I'm not grabbed. I know it's cheap, and I saw Deadpool when I was like fucking 17.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah. And if the framework of the movie with like Janice and Damien being narrators was like more fleshed out, I feel like they could have gotten away with that way more.
You know, the great thing about doing a musical comedy is you can get away with a whole lot by being funny or musical. And the fact that the movie is choosing neither route makes all of its decisions seem somehow unmotivated.
Yeah.
I love Mean Girls. I think Renee Rapp is very good in this movie, and I enjoyed her performance. I liked Damien and his actor. I liked the singing from the actress who played Moana.
Yes.
And there's Busy Phillips is just the best. You ever seen Girls 5 Eva?
Oh yes, I have. That's a great show.
You ever see Freaks
Busy
and
Phillips.
Geeks? Wait,
Freaks
that's
and
her.
Geeks.
That's not her.
Is she not in Freaks and Geeks?
No, it is her. It is her.
I enjoy the works of the great Tina Fey, despite the sometimes racism. And although I appreciated this film had no racism, not at the peak of her works.
They toned it down a lot for the stage show, and then toned it down completely for this movie. They took out the line the musical has about Kenyans running fast.
Sure. I mean, there's still there's still bush researchers in Kenya.
Yeah.
It's like they don't live in the city.
Yeah.
I mean, positive stereotypes can also be hurtful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. It's a fine film, and I'm glad they made it, because these actors all got paid. But there's a lot of things involved where I just wish that they gave movie musicals a lot better shot to be successful.
Totally. I love Renee Rapp.
Yes.
God, what a beautiful and talented woman.
So true. So true.
Love to see my fellow lesbians winning.
Yeah.
And I guess it's maybe just Renee Rapp being Regina, but she's putting some lesbian sauce in there.
I mean,
yeah,
definitely. Like the first moment she comes out, and they're not basically describing the social dynamic of the school. They're not describing the venom of Regina George. They're just like, she's an awesome presence who commands respect. And then Katie makes eye contact with her.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like just like this full reveal of Regina George, and it's like this is a Yuri setup. This is gay shit.
Yeah.
It's a fan fiction moment.
Yeah. Well, in the 2004, it's like, I get why Regina's talking to Katie.
Yeah.
Because it's Lindsay Lohan and that girl is stunning. And Gory Rice, I'm kind of like, hey, why'd she pull her out of the crowd?
Yeah.
Because she was standing there staring at her.
She's her type.
Katie's also gay.
She's her type.
Yes.
And I mean, it makes sense now that Janice is like confirmed lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And like their whole drama is because they did make out once and they got into a whole fight after, you know, like. Yeah. There's
Aaron
something to be said.
Samuels is a prop.
Aaron Samuels is a prop.
I think everybody on set was like, Regina's gay. But I can't promise everybody in the editing bay also felt that.
Yeah.
Knowing Renee Rapp's inability to complete media training, I think she was walking around the set going, Regina George is gay, everyone knows that.
Yeah. Based on how woke the film is.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah.
There was even woker ideas bounced around.
Well, she pulls up in her car to take Katie shopping and she goes, get in, loser. Looks her up and down.
Licks her lips.
Sexy.
Looks her up and down.
Sexy.
Yeah. It's hot.
Yeah. And I don't know. Gretchen, to me, felt a little obsessed with Regina in a way that read sapphic to me.
Yes.
Well, at that point in the explicitly gay film, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the positives, all positives.
I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we are first introduced to Karen, she's putting a straw up her nose. And reminds me of the dumb popular girl at my high school who one time stuck blueberries up her nose.
Oh my God. Did she have to get them removed?
No, she just had them up there for a minute. Yeah.
And got them out.
Yeah. I think she ate them afterwards too.
That's disgusting.
Oh, that's awesome. No wonder she was the hot girl at your school.
Yeah. She was well.
So you didn't go to high school with a lot of kids, you're saying?
With a lot of what?
Kids.
Kids?
You didn't graduate high school with a lot of people.
Oh, with 46.
You didn't go to school with a lot of kids.
No, it was pretty much just,
they were kids at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just 46 of us.
I can't even fathom.
Yep.
That is how many kids were in 2 classrooms.
Oh my God.
Sounds like a church
Yeah.
instead of a school.
But Regina George's R necklace in this remains on my wish list.
Yeah.
I would like half gold, half pearls, A in the middle, or S, either way.
All right. Let's write that down.
No, I have that written down.
Windsor doesn't remember anything about me or what I like.
I have a written down gold statue of her, big photos of her. Necklace that says S on it.
I always ask you for a giant picture of myself.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
And yet,
and every year you go.
Every year.
So what else do you want? Even though I tell him. Anyway,
I mean, we've got one of our own over there, as featured on our Instagram.
That's ours. I'm not getting rid of that.
No, we got Harry Styles with Sully's face on top of him.
Yeah. But I saw a TikTok recently about how women in movies will also often have their like initials anagrammed on things. Female villains in movies will have their initials anagrammed.
Did you send it to me?
Did I send it to you?
I think so.
Maybe. But like Regina has the R necklace, Sharpay Evans, High School Musical, has SE on everything, whereas Gabriella has a T for Troy. And so are they really villains, or are they just confident women? Who's to say?
Yeah.
And that's what this movie means to me.
Very nice.
Are they just rich women?
It's not that hard to write a letter on something.
That's true.
You're so right.
Yeah.
But it always costs extra to get it like embroidered.
Embroidery, right? It's the history of embroidered initials as a conception.
The decal on Sharpay's convertible that just says SE, you know?
Regina George
she has like a logo. Sharpay has a logo.
She does. TM.
So Mean Girls the Musical. The stage show came out in 2018. I believe the cast recording came out in the spring, because I remember talking about it and listening to it the first time when I was working on a production of Heathers the Musical. And so we were all like talking about Mean Girls all the time. It was like the new big show, the new like popular kind of teen show on Broadway. It also came out, like I was doing Heathers in 2018 and we were in tech the same week that Riverdale aired their Heathers episode.
Incredible.
Which had happened exactly 1 year before when we did Carrie and they aired their Carrie episode. But that's neither here nor there.
Damn, 2010s, am I right, gang?
So crazy. But I just remember it because we were all talking about Mean Girls the musical. It was a really big deal for like, you know, the like theater kids at the time. Even though it kind of sucks. Like the stage show, I went back and I watched the slime tutorial of this after watching the movie as a palate cleanser because I don't like the musical that much, but I like it so much more than this movie that I just needed to be reminded of what the source material for this bad movie was. The first song that I liked in the movie was Gretchen's What's Wrong With Me song. So that's like the one that sounds the most like it does in the musical. And I thought her singing it to the music box with the mirror that has a picture of Regina taped to it was like a great addition and made a lot of sense. But yeah, hated most of the freaking music in this. Let Renee riff, please. Let anyone riff, please. Let anyone hit the notes that were originally there in the Broadway show. You're doing them in a booth. You can fake it. Sorry, but you can. Damien's stuff is the best out of any character in the show. I noticed that during a lot of the songs, they loved having the ensemble freeze.
Yeah.
And it was like, after the third time, I was like, oh my God. Come on.
It's a classic crutch.
Yeah, I thought it was
a crutch.
I thought it was quite effective during someone gets hurt. But we don't need to see it more than that.
Exactly. And they do it during Meet the Plastics. They do it at some point later. I was like, this is getting ridiculous. Another thing I found almost like jarring about this adaptation compared to the original 2004 movie is that the 2004 movie utilizes its background characters really well. You're seeing the same people over and over again. And even though you might not know their names, you can like kind of see their trajectory through the film in a way. And like at the end of this movie for Spring Fling, Janice goes to Spring Fling with a girl. Sick. Awesome. Who the hell was that?
Why do I know who Megan the Stallion is and not this girl?
They have a background boy that
theater kid. They show him twice. Damien. Jesus Christ.
You gotta
Aren't you gay?
Put me in a home. Put me in a home.
I've been trying. They won't call me back.
Damien has a little boy toy. Comes over him silently at the end, and they hold hands chastely, as is the most sexual two big gay men can ever get.
And they make eyes like towards the beginning of the film.
Yes,
they like wave at each other
as if they're DL dating.
Yeah,
and he can't discuss it with Janice or Caddy for some reason.
Yeah,
censors.
But yeah, this girl, I literally wrote, "Who the fuck is that?" and was she in the movie before this? So I don't know. And then I wrote that right as Mr. Duvall references Rachel Hamilton and her vodka inhaler. Yeah. And I recognized that character throughout the film simply because the actress was the assistant stage manager in Euphoria last season. And so that's like the only reason I recognized her. All of the other like background characters, if they had more than one bit, it like did not take.
Because of the fourth wall breaking, I recognized one kid and then their little cadre, and they were in the band.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess there's supposed to be kind of a Greek chorus vibe I was paying attention to, but I wasn't. It's as if they're assuming I'm watching a stage show where I know the same ensemble because they're the only other people I'm looking at.
Right.
But I'm not. I'm watching a movie with the many extras.
Again, if we had a different framework for this weird fourth wall shit, it could all make more sense.
Yes, but instead it feels pandering and cheaply thought out.
Yeah. So I didn't like the way they utilized the background characters. I thought the costumes were bad. That was like a huge takeaway I had when I saw this in theaters. Just like, what the hell are they wearing? Is even though like the original 2004 Mean Girls is like, you watch it and you're like, yeah, this is early 2000s fashion. It's still like so clear who they are and where they are in the social hierarchy based off of what they are wearing that I don't think is clear at all in this film. No. Besides Janice, who is so clearly a weird gay art kid. She looks just like our good friend Bella's little sister. Looks just like her. I texted Bella last night and I said, will they be mad at me if I say that on the podcast? And they said, no, that's awesome. So sorry, bunny. And yeah, I saw this in theaters with Ethan, friend of the pod, Ethan Skelly. I think like the day after it released or something, because we got these posters for free,
and Jenna gave me one,
and I made sure to grab two so I could give you one.
Yeah,
and it's been in the background of every filmed episode, so I'm glad that we're doing it simply for that reason. It's like the one movie represented.
My favorite is that the movie didn't come out on October 3rd, but it has the date October 3rd on the movie poster.
Yep. Well, it's
to me,
Mean
that's
Girls
iconic.
Day.
I know.
It's famously Mean Girls Day.
I know, but there should be rules in society, like not having the wrong date on the poster for the movie.
So true.
But I guess you got it at the theater, so who cares? You knew what day it was.
It doesn't even. Yeah, it says Mean Girls on a shopping bag. It says that's so fetch. Plastic is forever, and then it says calculust on the calculator.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good pun.
It's a fun pun in the musical. They do it dead fucking serious in the movie, and I was like, oh my god.
Kind of was funny to me, but yes.
I am filled with calculust. Does this guy work out? He must. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Calculus. When I put boobies on my calculator.
80085.
Oh yeah, brother. But yeah, I do feel similarly that I think I liked the movie more this time around than when I originally saw it. But also just because it wasn't as shocking as the first time I watched it. I knew that I was getting a watered down version of the watered down version of the movie. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's hear what the critics thought. We have RogerEbert.com. We have Maria E. Gates. She said, a refreshing Zoomer spin on to the material.
Refreshing?
Yeah.
That's the thing. No, like, I don't know, we're like older Gen Z or whatever, but no one's gotten it yet.
Nobody's gotten it yet.
Nobody's gotten it yet. And it's because they're not letting Zoomers make the shit.
Yeah, they don't really let young people make movies, and they have a very entrenched media system right now where even the people that they do let make movies are typically quite rich.
Yeah.
And also not like as tuned in. Yeah.
No, and rarely meritocratically selected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we need to support independent cinema.
Period. She says the various cliques are described in terms that are specific, horny band geeks, burnouts, etc., without relying on the racial stereotypes found in the earlier film.
True.
And yet it happens so quick, it's a blink and you miss it, and it's like, did they even explain the cliques at all?
Can I introduce a new concept that actually censoring to the point of something no longer being funny makes it seem like you think it's funny because it's racist.
Yeah.
And so being like, well, we're not going to do this joke because it won't land anymore because we won't do the racism. So now what if you do the same joke and not be offensive?
Yeah.
Like that would be a really fun take on it. And it seems almost more offensive that they feel that they can't do that.
Yeah.
Like everything relies, like the racism was funny, but we just can't anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's
and
misguided.
There's still like nuggets of that in even that scene in the musical. Damien has a whole number for like introducing the cliques in the stage
Practically
show.
feels like a song in the original movie.
One of them is the rich stoners hate the gangster whites, but they're all smoking the same oregano.
That's pretty good.
Is the line.
Gangster whites is an extant social group. There is a difference between being like these Asians are mean and being like these white people want to act like gangsters. Their image of it, you know. And like, if you can't figure that out as the person writing the material, are you racist?
Perhaps.
Well, who wrote this?
I don't know.
Tina Fey.
Oh.
We've been watching a lot of 30 Rock. I mean, when are we not? But
yeah. She do be racist.
she do be racist. She do be saying weird things about race.
Not as much as other people,
but a lot.
but she's so funny, and everything
Enough
else is
to
pretty
notice.
good. But yeah, she is racist.
All right. Maria said, rap dominates the screen with her towering frame.
Yeah.
The directors capture her commanding presence through a mixture of wide shots that show the waves she leaves behind as she moves through the student body, but also through close-ups as Rap's expressive face exudes nothing but pure allure.
She is just such a bad bitch.
Yeah.
She is a great choice for Regina George.
Yeah. BB Wood brings the same fragile strength to Gretchen Wieners. Avantika often overplays her hand, and you can see the work she puts into playing dumb.
Disagree. It's a musical comedy.
I think she does great work in this.
I think she plays dumb really. I think she does
really
it's
well.
effective.
I think she has a great take on it.
Yeah.
It might look like she's overacting because everybody else is underacting, but she's actually acting enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
She was one of another like Damien number 1, Avantika number 2.
Yeah.
And Renee, of course.
And Renee.
Renee, I mean,
Category of her own.
yeah, exactly. I'm
Yeah.
not even counting her because I have so many complaints about her vocal performance.
Sure.
Sorry, Miss Rap.
Well,
Love you.
You said it yourself. It's not her fault.
It's not my fault.
Yep.
Yeah, like in love with me.
1 minute Caddy is nothing. The next she's getting a million views and likes. While these sequences are visually arresting, they often use a shorthand to signal changes in Caddy's behavior that could have been teased out a little better in dialogue as well.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, in the first episode we did for feminine features, we discuss a lot about the seduction of evil and the seduction of power and the joys of putting people down.
Yeah.
You know, none of which is explored in this film.
No.
And I feel like you could explore so much more with the social media aspect because it's everyone else putting the plastics down too.
Yeah.
Like Regina falls on her face at the talent show and it's like the worst thing that's ever happened to her.
I know. And
Yeah.
it's like,
And it's like fine.
yeah.
And they're like in the right for it.
I think it's supposed to be like, and cyberbullying's bad too. So, I mean, isn't the end lesson of the movie just shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
So
Get off their dicks.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, don't talk about anybody on the internet.
Yeah. None of the songs are particularly catchy, although Gretchen Wiener's songs What's Wrong With Me stands out for its poignancy, as does I'd Rather Be Me.
I'd rather be me. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
The lyrics leave something to be desired. Windsor thinks they're written badly as a bit.
I mean, that's what it almost feels like. The whole thing is like, look at us doing a musical,
Yeah.
which is like so annoying.
It does feel like that.
But yeah, agreed. A lot. The music, Stupid. I cannot
I don't gotta
tell you how bad the cover of Stupid with Love is, and Katie's lines in Revenge Party. I can't even watch when she touched the GoPro shot of her singing.
Okay, kind of like the GoPro shot. Sorry.
Oh my god, but she sounds so bad.
Oh, she sounds bad. I think
It's like the worst vocals possibly ever recorded and put on film.
Possibly. But I think...
Can we get a Drew Seeley situation in here?
Can we get a Drew Seeley situation in here?
I mean, is it what happened to Hollywood? Last time I checked, we could dub over anybody with anybody.
We used to just mix the voices together so it
Yeah.
sounded close enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now we're just left with
What
nothing.
happened? Or we're losing recipes.
Take notes from Bollywood people.
Yeah.
Please. Yes. Maria says, even when the songs aren't great, they are brought to life with visual panache. Are they?
Sometimes. And very limitedly.
Sometimes.
On occasion, once or twice.
Rice has a beautiful voice. This is what Maria says. Rice has a beautiful voice, but as a performer, she pales in comparison to both Rap and Cravalho.
It sounds like she maybe did choir for a year or two in middle school.
Doesn't even. It sounds like she got maybe lessons for this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, come on, we gotta film in a month.
And we have 2 days to do the movie.
And same with like Avantika. I do love her performance, but like same with her. They're just like talk singing. It's so pop and not pop Broadway.
No.
Like Mean Girls, like Heathers, like any of that shit. It's just pop.
Yeah.
And derogatorily. Pop and sometimes musicians are made musicians because they can't sing. And why do you want your musical to sound like that?
Yeah.
Seems odd.
Yeah. Okay, we have The Cardian. We have Peter Bradshaw. The Broadway Mean Girls was a big improvement on the film because the musical genre makes everything more amusingly histrionic. The diva theme made explicit, and the movie version succeeds in the same way. Although, like the subsequent movie iteration, it sags in the overextended third act.
Saying that Mean Girls is a big improvement, that the Broadway show Mean Girls is a big improvement on the film is fucking bold.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I know people love it, and I could sing you most of the songs from the Mean Girls musical. It is nothing to compare to the musical. You have to look at them as like separate entities a lot of the time. Like, but the Legally Blonde musical is so different from the Legally Blonde movie. The Heathers musical is so different from the Heathers movie.
Yeah, the vastly different mediums.
Exactly. So things have to change. So that is insane. Peter's on my shit list again.
Great work here from Jackal Spivey and Damien and Ali Caravallo as Janice.
Yeah, they were great.
Yes.
For the most part.
The scene is stolen by Avantika as the outrageously vapid Karen. She gets the movie's best song, Sexy.
I do like that song. And she's fine in it.
Yeah.
She acts great.
Yes.
Busy Phillips is funny as Regina's needy mom.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Yep. There are plenty of laughs and fun along the way, but the business invoking framing Mrs. Newberry as a drug pusher always feels strained and unconvincing, with insufficient laughs to make it worthwhile, while the film's final resolution and Caddy's learning of life lessons take a while to arrive.
You both have really committed to saying Caddy.
You're getting me, and I read it. No, I was saying I was doing really well until now.
Caddy's what his name's how you're supposed to say it.
No, her name's Katie.
Katie. I thought it was.
That's the whole bit in the fucking movie musical. Golf bird. Caddy Heron, but her name is Katie.
But the real name's Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
It's just spelled like Caddy.
Right.
Yeah. The Miss Norbury stuff isn't supposed to be a joke.
But
isn't he British?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just doesn't understand the American police.
I think it kind of goes
culture.
back.
He doesn't know that
true.
people would literally get arrested just for having a single accusation of dealing drugs.
So true. I feel like a big part of that goes back to what you said earlier about how the original movie is like a laugh a minute type thing.
Yeah.
Like it is so just like efficient in its comedy, and this is like you're only laughing because you remember the joke from the 2004 movie,
which is so sad.
Yeah.
I always thought in the original movie the drug stuff could have been funnier.
Absolutely.
I think it's a good bit and there's a lot of material there.
Sure. Yeah. Could be. All right. Impact on the genre. Do we consider it a chick flick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Mean Girls.
It's Mean Girls.
I mean,
this is the template. Yeah.
Yeah.
This, comes out along with a bunch of other legacy chick flicks that they're doing. Their Devil Wears Prada 2 just got released.
Yep.
Freakier Friday was a couple of years ago. It also comes out during this time when they are doing the musical movie to musical movie adaptation. We have In the Heights came out in 2021.
I like that one.
West Side Story came out in 2021.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
Me too.
We have Hamilton the musical coming out in 2015.
Well, that's a pro shot.
And but I'm just kind of commentating on the desire people had for musicals at the time, and that was kind of something that Hollywood was trying to bank on. And then we have The Color Purple musical came out in 2023.
Yeah. I like that movie.
And they're trying to be more politically correct, which I think is good. I think it's good to not be racist and fatphobic. And I think it's especially good in a kid's movie to try to do that.
I agree, but if you're showing that racism is like a bad thing, I don't think it needs to be like, oh, there's no racial discrimination in this school district, and it's like, but you have every other type of discrimination.
And even like the removal of Regina George just having inherently been homophobic as a child. It's like, that's still 100% a reality. Like, you're almost making it about this like fantasy land of wokeness, which you have to have an ethic and a purpose to what you're doing, and you need to be doing it for the right reasons, not to keep people from complaining, but because you think it's the right way to make the movie.
Well, also it's like Regina is the villain. However, she, like in the original, she's supposed to be somewhat redeemable. She's supposed to learn her lesson. And to tell kids like, oh, you can't be racist even a little bit, or otherwise you're a villain forever. It's like, no, you shouldn't be racist, but if you are, you should learn from it and be better.
Yes.
And I think that's a totally valuable
If you're
lesson.
teaching kids about the world, why whitewash it?
Don't lie to them.
Right. And it makes it just feel false. And not only are you not going to hit the kids, just nobody's going to like it. Which is what happened here.
Anyway, Renee Rapp, here was her debut, and now she's focusing on music, which, God, I love her music, so I'm okay with it, but damn, wish she was still in the Sex Life of College Girls, because she was so good in that.
And they just shut down the show without her.
Well, hey, she's a powerful force.
I do wish, she was a Jimmy Awards kid, and she went to the Jimmy Awards the same year as someone from our area went, which I always thought was cool. But I almost wish I hope she does a little more Broadway at some point in her life. I think she's got a lovely Broadway voice, and I know she loves the music she's making now, but I hope she finds a project she likes and is interested in at some point, because I would love to see her on stage again.
And I'd like to meet her backstage. All right, that's everything that I have. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. Thank you Atlas Renee for art, Shishkin Productions, Brianna Harley for music. We, as mentioned up top, I'm moving away, so we are going to take an extended hiatus. We're not sure if this show will be back or if it will be what format it will be.
Indefinite hiatus.
Indefinite hiatus.
We do not know if it will end.
We do not know if it'll end, but I love doing this, so we'll see. We'll see if we want to do a Zoom podcast sometime. So,
there's going to be a movie that comes out at some point that we're going to be like, fuck, we gotta talk about this. So I know the three of us, we love to talk.
I know this is an hour and a half easily, this recording. Yep.
It is hot in here, folks. We got to turn this AC back on.
It's like 10 p.m.
It is.
We're committed.
We're
committed, and we have been for a long time. And I have loved doing this with you guys, and thank you for asking me to join.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad we did. I remember when I asked Windsor, should we ask Jenna?
And we weren't even friends.
And we weren't even friends.
Dreaming of having you on.
I love you guys.
I love you too.
I love you guys too. This has been a great joy in my life, and thank you for wanting to do it. I love talking about chick flicks, and I still have so many conversations with people where they just do not respect chick flicks because they're intended for women. And so I think every episode we've done it has been important, and I'm glad we did it. Me too.
Cool. Well, follow us on social media. We have TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and Letterboxd at FemFeaturesPod. Maybe that's where we'll announce whatever we end up doing next.
That's where you can clamor for more if you want.
Yeah, hey.
Please.
Yes. All right. Thank you guys.
Love you.
Bye.